So we're here in the Waterside Theatre, where students from 6 local schools have come along to see a play called The Songbirds, which is based on research carried out by Ulster University and which looked at the impact of using technology to support the reminiscence experience. And we are delighted that we're in a position to collaborate with the theatre directors to, if you will, try out a novel way of disseminating research findings. And a lot of the messages from the research were conveyed through the actors on the stage in this play, and we'll certainly be endeavouring to do more of that in the future.
The play came about, The Songbirds play came about from a chance meeting between myself and Professor Assumpta Ryan from the university. My specific interest is in memory, and when we got talking about memory and their research into dementia, I was absolutely fascinated in pursuing the project. So I had the chance to go off and interview dementia dyads, people with dementia and their carers. The stories I got were extraordinary, far more than you could fit into one play. But after those interviews, after interviewing a dozen people and a lot of research and talking to also Dementia Northern Ireland, I put together the script. We cast it with 2 local actors from Donegal, both of whom have had their own medical journeys recently. From that came the play. We rehearsed it. We've been performing it for over a year now, on and off. And I believe it's a really important piece of work, not simply because of my interest in memory, but also because of its wider appeal. I feel that it's a message that's hopeful. I feel it's a message that's honest, and I feel it's possibly the most important piece of work I've ever actually been involved in. And hopefully we're going to tour it far and wide from now on.
What are we doing today? Oh, sure, you asked me that 5 minutes ago, and 10 minutes ago, and 15.
I know, and I know you told me, but...
We're going into town to do some shopping.
I knew it.
No, you didn't.
I did so.
What are we going for then, clever claws?
I think the key take-home message is that there's a lot of people who aren't informed enough about this stuff, and I didn't know a lot that was told in this play, and just some of the symptoms as well and signs was you wouldn't think, so it was really informative.
It's changed my attitude as I now realise how dementia affects people and their families.
I think that this play has changed my attitude towards the way people living with dementia, and the fact that the play was very informative, as they just want to be treated the same, you know, they want a bit of dignity. They can do lots more than I actually knew before coming here. They're a very important part of society, and yeah, I think that they can do loads, and people don't realise how much they actually can do, and this play has opened my eyes to loads of things that they can do, so yeah.
I think the key take-home message is that we need to see beyond the diagnosis of dementia. That Jerry says several times in the play, I'm still Jerry, I'm still me. I also took home about the importance about communication, keeping the communication links open and finding ways of making those links for people. The iPad, making the connections through the music, through the photographs, through the videos, that he could still keep contributing to the conversation.
It has changed my attitudes towards people living with dementia because they're no different. Before, you used to kind of treat them as if they're different, but that doesn't mean anything. From the play, there was music involved, there was everything involved to keep them loving the exact same way I do. I love my music too, do you know what I mean?
I do have a better understanding. Recently, I had to take my father over to do a driving test, and he lost his licence. So the play brought that very much to home for me. The one thing it did sort of reiterate for me was that when I talk to carers, I need to be more mindful of how I deliver and communicate, because as a professional, I think we use a lot of jargon and we take things for granted. we don't always bring people along in the best manner, and we don't pace ourselves to their needs.
Well, when we first met, you promised me the moon.
I was young and daft.
You might have been, but I'm holding you to it. Come on, Wing Commander, you're my pilot today.
And you're my co-pilot. To the moon, you say?
To the moon and beyond, me and you together.
Roger, Wilco. Contact. Throttle up.
And away we go.